Here is everything new that you need to know in an update 1.8.0. Cloaking sounds will now differentiate between team members and enemy players. This is a decent quality of life change for the newer players as well as the ones that are not in Discord with their teammates for some reason, whether they are solo queuing or just playing without the voice. Headshots will be indicated with their own sound. This is another W quality of life change that will help players land more headshots in duels, because not only you will be able to see if you are on the target's head, but also hear it. Fixed an issue where certain sounds did not play when colliding with the environment. Added a setting to control sounds when the game is not in focus. Tabbed out. Fixed single fire weapons not playing their firing sound at times. Even though sounds in this game are already amazing, developers find ways to improve them and make them better. Really nice. Moving on to VFX category, we have various fixes to destruction in Soul. We would have to give it a few days and test the Soul ourselves, but it feels like developers are very competent when it comes to destruction. They implemented it really well, and if you look at previous changes in that category with Las Vegas, for instance, they cooked up massively. Added doors, added zip lines, removed them when they were absolutely not necessary, changed the mega jump pads height, and overall these were the based updates. I would personally want to see the shortening of the green bridge and a small bridge on Soul, so Cash Out B would not be as oppressing as it is right now, but overall, great. Added material appropriate effects to destruction on all maps. In a gameplay and balance, we have a lot of interesting changes. When a player is eliminated out of bounds in Bankit, their coins will spawn on the map. And even though I never deposit any cash on Bankit and just shoot people, this problem was very visible to me, especially on maps where you can fly off the map, and if you kill a person on the edge, the money are going to be dropped and half of them or even more will be lost. Nice quality of life change. Gravity and physics have been enabled on red canisters with attachments. I have tested out on the practice range, and every single time I would throw a barrel, even though it would fly pretty far in comparison with gas barrels, flammable barrels or any other ones, you still have the element of unpredictability and randomness. And not only that, I wasn't able to one-shot players. Maybe I'm messing up the timings, maybe I just got unlucky, but it is what it is right now. Massive W change. I personally know a lot of players that would love to play the game, but C4 cringe is just very overwhelming in ranked. Fixed an issue where multiple C4s would cause more damage than intended when exploding together, for example, when attached to an object. I'm not sure if that was a thing when you are placing double C4s on a cash out and defending it, but as of right now, I tried to do it with the red barrel and I just could not reliably one-tap people. One C4 would go off and that's all I would get. Massive W quality of life change. And even though this is a pretty unbalanced mechanic, developers still try to force it and leave it in the game, but just keep it as a very weak version of what it was before. Fixed a bug that caused jump pads to glitch when overlapped with an attached object. Absolutely have no idea what that change is. If you know, please let me know in the comment section. Fixed an issue that allowed players to cancel emotes by using quick melee. This is actually a massive nerf to my terrible personality. I would not be able to use my favorite alien emote 3 times in a second to BM an opponent that I killed, but I'm gonna be fine with it. One alien emote is gonna be enough. Hopefully I'm not gonna die mid-animation because I would not be able to cancel it. Fixed an issue where objects could hover in the air after an attachment was destroyed. Again, never experimented with this. If you have any clue, please let me know in the comments. Fixed an issue where a successful backstab with a dagger now correctly shows as a critical hit. I remember this being a problem when I tried the dagger myself. Sometimes the hit marker would be white, even though it was a clear backstab. Moving on to animation category, and we have fixed an issue where held items were unintentionally visible, fixed various issues with defibs not animating correctly. This was a serious problem with the defibrillator because sometimes in the heat of a battle, when you are jumping to res your teammate as fast as possible, you quickly realize that you are 200 milliseconds early simply because there is no correct animation and you never know if your defibrillator is ready or not, losing you games sometimes. Fixed an issue that caused the player mesh to break on faulty physics during revive. I personally don't remember having a problem like this, but if they changed it, that's for the better. Fix for the broom not disappearing after the clean house emote. This is a massive quality of life upgrade that will certainly bring a lot of players back that were devastated by this terrible mistake by Embark Studios. Like if I were to see another broom after emoting, I don't know what I would have done. Adjusted crouch animations to ensure they don't make characters clip through thin walls. I wish I would have an opinion about these changes, but I just never experienced that in my 500 hours of gameplay. Fixed an issue where left-hand gestures would make melee animations look faulty. The auto-open door when sprinting animation will now keep your weapon in view. This is a pretty decent change that will encourage you to shoot players as fast as possible without relying on your animation to go back to normal. The football grenade skin now spins correctly. Cool. We have a few maps changes. Vegas Sandstorm moved the floating zipline. Again, I absolutely have zero clue which zipline they are referring to. Improved ambient lighting to address issues with seams between areas on all maps. Moving on to UI UX changes, fixed an issue that caused the career progression page to lock when quickly switching pages with a controller. One of the biggest problems with career progression is that there is nothing to open it for. You have 50 levels and pretty much everyone in the game already has them. You want to make a loot box system like an Overwatch 1, so people have the burning desire to grind for these skins. Outside of that, no one ever opened it to lock it in the first place. Corrected mislabeled career reward items. Tournament overview screen will now show the correct contestant customization. This sounds like a minor change, but it's actually super huge. Not only you can visualize the enemy compositions, whether they are playing double heavy, heavy medium light, or double medium heavy, you will also see what weapons they are using. Of course, they would be able to change them, but still, people usually don't care and stick to whatever they started with. Beautiful quality of life change. Fix for player to always be in the center of a team in a tournament overview screen. Fixed an issue where an item could not be immediately equipped after purchasing in the customization screen. Developers also reduced input latency on Xbox Series X and Series S. They also added general security fixes and improvement for anti-cheat, so you will see less cheaters in your games, as well as improved boot times on PC. Moving on to the last part is gonna be voice chat. Moved voice chat settings higher up in the audio settings tab. Players not using voice chat will now see an indication that team members are using it. Added push to talk key binding in the voice chat menu. Fixed voice chat output volume so it applied correctly. Fixed an issue with voice chat privacy settings so all options are respected. These are the W quality of life changes that will encourage players to use the voice chat, because it was pretty difficult to set it up, look for a push to talk key binding and then start using it. Right now, it's a lot easier. That's going to be it for today's patch. Let me know what you think in the comment section. See you in the next one. Take care.